Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Ayana.
What up, though? It's your boy, Brendan Barnes.
From WeTV's Growing Up Hip Hop.
Atlanta.
And you're listening to Day One Radio. Yes. That just made me think of Day 26. I should have said that. I still listen to Day 26 and Danity Kane. Yes. What?
The business.
Welcome back to another episode, another installment of Day One Radio, right here on ablradio.com. That's Art, Beats, and Lyrics Radio to be exact. Make sure you download the very free, very accessible smartphone app for your iPhone and Android devices. And B, tell them where they can find the entire Day One Radio catalog.
You can always reach us on day1radio.com, iTunes, Spreaker, SoundCloud. I think that's about anywhere else that you get podcasts. You can always find us. So go back and check the archives, DJ Quick interviews, Master P, Jermaine Dupri, Dick Gregory, some of everybody. So go back and check the archives. Rate, subscribe, and tell a friend to tell a friend. How was your weekend, bro?
I don't remember it.
That could be good or bad. I don't know. That could be good or bad. There was a lot going on. Did you get the early birthday celebration in, or you were just chilling?
No, like after you turn a certain age, folks just don't just be giving you early birthday celebrations. They text you when the day comes and they forget about this shit right after. So
I don't know, man. Some people I know be celebrating their birthday the whole month. So I don't know. I think it just depends. You just being a little low key with it. But again, we want to thank y'all for coming out. We still receiving emails and accolades from the 1 year anniversary of Hip Hop Trivia ATL. So we appreciate that. Make sure you check us out in Atlanta every Wednesday at Slice on Piedmont. And we will be on the road coming up this summer bringing this hot stuff to you in your city. But we got a couple special guests in the building from a brand new show.
TV stars, bro.
Yeah, soon to be, if not already. I did watch the first episode. I was like, this is pretty good. Started off with a bang. We got Miss Ayana in the building, and I am Brandon Barnes in the building.
Yeah, I know that's right.
Hip Hop Trivia ATL. And I didn't know until I believe it was watching the show, looking at something that you guys are actually related.
Yeah, we're cousins.
Y'all are actually cousins. That's what's up.
That's right.
That would explain how every time I've seen y'all together, you look like, all right, y'all just stay away from my little cousin every time.
Right. Because it will result to blows if it has to.
Hey, man, it how you supposed to take care of family. So, man, how does it feel like you guys have, always been around the limelight? Because Ayana, your dad is DJ Hurricane, DJ for the Beastie Boys, hip-hop legend. And Brandon, your mother is Dad Bandy, brother is Waka. So you guys have been around it. So how does it feel to have that spotlight sort of shifted onto you? Is that a welcoming thing, or is it like a learning experience?
I think it's a little different for me because my father, back when he was a part of the Beastie Boys, that was back before all of this Instagram and Snapchat. Yeah. Like, it was back in the day. So I've never really been in the limelight because, first of all, all through high school, a lot of people don't even know I don't tell people who my father is. Right. So even when I started this show, I have so many people it's all the years I've known you, I've never known that was your father. So this is new. This is new for me because I didn't grow up like this. A lot of the cast grew up in the spotlight and I didn't. So this spotlight is brand new to me.
Gotcha. What about you, Brandon?
Being around the entertainment business for so long, it's exciting now that the spotlight is on me because it gives me a chance to really show the world who I am as an individual. So rather than just being, Deb's godson, Waka's godbrother, or, the guy who knows Faith Evans' daughter or whatever, it's so much bigger than that.
Gotcha.
It's so much bigger. So I'm just ready for the world to know who I am.
Yeah, I think what's dope about both of you is that your aspirations are not to do exactly what the people ahead of you have done. Like, I know, Ayana, you are going into fashion, right?
Yes, very much so, which is crazy because my father really wanted me to be into the music thing. He has tried countless times since I was.
What did he want you? Rap, sing,
He
DJ?
wanted me to
what?
sing. He wanted me to sing so bad. He has tried countless times to get me in the studio, and I'm just like, nah, that's not what I want to do. But I think I didn't want to do it because that's what he wanted me to do.
That's funny. So what? I mean, what pushed you into to fashion?
Well, I used to go to school to do cardiovascular sonography. So,
What is that for the
Yeah, I was
listeners out
about to
there?
say. I know cardiovascular is the heart and blood. You lost me after
So
that.
sonography is when you scan, like
Okay,
the ultrasound
gotcha.
of the heart. I really wanted to do that.
Okay.
So when I was going to school doing it, I ended up getting like a side job because the older you get, your parents are more stingy with their money.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, let me get me a little side job so I can have money for stuff like if I just want to go shopping, not stuff that I need. So I ended up working at H&M. And when I got that job, I immediately fell in love with it. So it started turning into me picking up shifts and not going to school and putting scrubs on and acting like I was going to school and I wasn't. I was going to work. So I ended up letting my parents know like 3 months after I had stopped going to school, like, look, I really like fashion. Like, I really like this job that I got and this is what I want to pursue. But I ended up being very successful in the company. So
Okay.
they was mad at first, but now they not.
Which H&M were you working at?
She probably don't want to say.
Oh.
She on
Yeah.
TV now.
I mean, I can say which ones I used to work at because I've worked at different ones. I used to work at the one in Atlantic Station, and I used to work at one in Dallas, Texas.
Okay, gotcha. No, Brandon, you do a lot.
Oh God.
Like break down, like you like Jamaican over here with all
Oh,
the jobs.
man.
Like break down. I know we see you on the show as being a vocal coach, but I've seen interviews and read other stuff about you that you kind of touched a little bit of everything. So break down what you do.
Well, okay. So I have a degree in mental health. I'm a psychology major. And I also
school
do
did you go to?
NYU.
Okay.
I also look that I paid for myself. I put myself through school.
Can't be mad at that.
And I do artist development. So what I've done is just really kind of unique. I've merged the lane of psychology and artist development together. So I feel like, in this world of entertainment, there's a difference in your creative side, which is known as the entertainer or the artist, whatever people prefer to call it. And also there's a personal side to you. These two people should never meet. Nobody comes into the reality is this. Nobody comes into this business being exactly 100% them. And not a lot of people understand that.
So, and that's interesting that you say that because, it's examples of when it's pretty much one and the same are extremely rare, rare. But most fans don't realize that the person they see on stage and the person they see on TV is different from that person when they sit down with
Absolutely.
their family. So it's interesting that you say that. And I think that's dope that you have a degree in mental health because that's something that in this community it's becoming more acceptable. But in this community, a lot of times it's people not feeling it. You say, I'm going to see a therapist and they're like, for what?
Exactly.
My music
Ain't
is
nothing
my
wrong with
therapy.
me. Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you say that, you're wrong. I'm gonna just put that out there.
100%.
But it is what it is. We were just having this conversation the other day with mental health. It's often shunned because in our culture we're taught, well, if you a guy and if you cried, you soft, you a punk, you gay or whatever. If you a woman and you can't do this for yourself, then you're not independent. You gotta have a man's help. Like it's so much stuff that we instill in our kids and our family members not knowingly. So that's the major part about it. But I mean, just to create an awareness for it in our culture and just let alone for the world, like that's something major.
So for you, what I'm sure you have a vision of where you want to see this go. So where is that?
See what go?
The merging mental health and artist development and all of that.
Well, my two goals are to create a platform to help create stars and to also create more jobs for people. So if you're an artist and if you come to me and you want to sit down and talk about development, whether it's acting lessons, voice lessons, or whatever, stage presence, whatever it may be, my job is to make sure I have an understanding of who you are. But that's hard to do if someone genuinely does not know themselves. You'd be surprised how many people have a hard time naming 10 things that describe them.
And it's like, I mean, real time. I think it does take some kind of psychology background to deal with some of these folks out here. Cause I've been asked, hey, bro, why don't you manage me? And it's like,
nah,
man, that feel like full-time babysitting, dog. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can do that, bro.
Yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot to come with it.
Man, 100%. So how are you guys related? I know you're cousins, but where's the family?
You want to break it down to him?
Oh, my gosh. So I call his mother my Aunt Debbie. She's not my aunt. She's my cousin.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Like my grandmother and her mother are sisters. So that's my cousin. But she's
she's older.
So I call her
We're
my
from
aunt.
New York. Yeah, that's how we do it.
No doubt. So, man, being that both of you guys, come from the whole hip hop thing, how do you, and you're also young, but you've seen the legends, you've been around people that have been in the game for a minute. How do you guys feel from a perspective of people that are in their 20s about this whole disconnect between newer artists and older established artists? Like, you have, everybody has an opinion on Uzi or Yachty or whatever, but you guys can respect both sides. How do you feel it? But whereas most people can't. Like, a lot of people will complain about Uzi or Yachty and couldn't pick them out of a lineup.
Right.
And vice versa. It's younger people that are like, why are you hating on this and that? But they have no idea what came before them.
Well, I think one of the things that a lot of people need to get through their thick skulls is that the music business changes.
Yeah.
Right.
It changes, but it's mainly a circle. It's a complete 360.
And you need to respect it. Like,
Exactly.
they need to respect each other.
Bingo.
Both of y'all, like, back in the day when my father was, very huge in hip hop, he paved the way for a lot of DJs. And even now, these younger rappers, no matter what they're rapping about, they are making it more acceptable for people who do want to pursue that dream. Like, a lot of people don't have bars, but they make feel good music.
Right. And that's what it's about.
It's a lot of music that I listen to that's not lyrical at all, but it makes me feel good. So just let people feel good. And
that's always existed. I think that's what people kind of forget. Like, there's always been a balance that existed between what they call disposable music and the stuff that artistry that it takes a long time to make. So that's I definitely respect that perspective for sure. What are you guys? Were you guys at all apprehensive about doing reality TV?
Yes. Well, when he brought this to me,
so it's your fault.
It's his fault.
Oh, God. Everybody gonna blame me now.
When he called me and asked me to do it, I told him no. He likes to put out there how I told him no, but I told him hell no, and I hung up in his face. And he had another cousin reach out to me to ask me about it. And then I asked my dad about it, and my dad was like, no. I think it was just more so when people consistently like, oh, we want you. It just kind of made us like break down, like tear back a layer each time. And then we finally was like, okay, well, let's just sit down and have the meeting and talk and see what this show is supposed to be about. Because, of course, my dad doesn't want me on no crazy type of show or anything like that. Right. So he was like, well, let's sit down. Let's see what they actually want from you guys from this show, and then we can make a decision from there.
So what was it that they wanted? What was the thing that they said that they wanted that convinced you to be like, all right, man, I'll go on TV with y'all. I'll do this.
I mean, just them explaining what the reality show is supposed to be about. It's literally about your life, stepping out of the shadow of your parents. Like, they made it very clear, this is not Love and Hip Hop. This is not Real Housewives. Right. Of course, we want drama, but we want the drama of your real life. We don't want, something that's forced. We don't want y'all in here fighting. Now, of course, producers are producers. If somebody want to throw hands, we're not going to stop filming. Right. But that is not what this show is supposed to be about. The drama is coming from everyone's real lives. And hopefully, the audience can find somebody on this show to relate to.
That's cool, because, like, I don't want to put my man's name out there, but a friend of the show, he's a married rapper, and he was like, yeah, man, Love and Hip Hop wanted me to go on there. Me and my wife met them, and they were like, y'all really like each other, huh? Y'all really love each other? Y'all don't argue? Y'all don't on the brink of breaking up? It's like, no, we cool. We're going to have to go in a different direction. You guys are just too good for this show. And I'm like, damn, bro.
Yeah. But you know what? You got to respect them for being upfront about it, though. Right. You definitely got to respect them. With me, as far as doing reality TV, no, because I'm very misunderstood. I'm very misunderstood.
How so?
Well, because I'm very aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people get that and they just forget all about me being passionate. I had a situation where I was working with somebody. Look, I ain't gonna throw no names out there. I was working with somebody. Before I work with anybody, my main thing is I have to sit down and get to know you. You tell me what are your goals for yourself, what you want to do. Based on those answers, I'm going to go hard for you. My job is to make you feel like I'm really heading in that, direction. I want to be a star. Okay, so if you want to be a star, let's go through the process of becoming a star. And then somewhere along the way, very few people lose sight of everything. And then it's like, you don't believe in me. You just doing this. You being rough on me for no reason. It's like, no, this is what you want. Like you said that you wanted this. And a lot of people don't understand that.
But he's misunderstood sometimes.
Yeah,
I've
a lot.
I've had some situations where I'm defending him, like ready to go to war for him. But when we leave from there, I'm yelling at him for me being in that situation.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah, well,
I'm like, yo.
You never showed dissension in the ranks in public.
You're not gonna talk to me like that. But then when we get home, I be like, "Why you put me in that situation, bro? Like, you shouldn't have said that. But I'm gonna go hard for you regardless because you're my cousin.
Right?
Whether you're wrong or not, I'm not gonna. I'm always gonna be on your side."
So, because of the misunderstood thing, you were apprehensive about the reality TV.
Well, I mean, not only that, but I've always been a behind-the-scenes type of person.
Right.
Regardless if I'm good or something or not, I'm just behind the scenes. I want to make people look good. So when it comes to you being up front on camera, and mind you, I'm already outspoken. You're not going to talk to me and say whatever you want to say regardless. So it's like, okay, yeah, I kind of am perfect for reality TV, but I don't think this is the route for me. So I mean, it's just kind of crazy because I knew in the back of my mind, like, well, you genuinely do want to help other people. So this is the platform that's that you've been blessed with. So why not take advantage of it?
Do y'all think about the future a lot, getting on this show? And you can be the greatest person in the world, but once you get on that television screen, people are free to judge you and label you whatever they want to. It seems like your personality just goes out the window. You don't have any control over your image anymore. Now people can look at it and say, I don't like that man's shirt. I don't like her earrings. You know what I'm saying? So, like, have y'all thought about that? Like, damn, man, they hating on me in Kroger for no reason, bro. Like, she just took my damn potato chips and scanned them all mad and shit.
We probably the two wrong people to be asking that question to, because I live by, if you can't beat me up, shut up.
If you're not gonna run up, don't say nothing.
Exactly. So it's just like, whatever. But I mean, people have always had stuff to say. But it's just down. Like, I mean, I look at them, and maybe this is the the psychiatrist in me coming out, but I look at them as if, now you wasted all that time talking about me, but yet you don't have the money to pay your cell phone bill in 2 weeks or a week or whatever.
Right.
Something's wrong with you. So that doesn't deserve my response. You see what I'm saying? So you have to kind of look at people for really the reality of things, how it is. Then you can just make people feel dumb. So it is what it is.
like how LeBron did that time. Like, man, I'm going back to my house. Y'all going back to y'all job. Y'all hating them more.
Exactly. Hello. Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, that's part of it. I guess it goes with both sides of it. If you're going to take the positive, you got to take the negative.
I mean, hey, it comes with it. And in the entertainment business, nobody's safe. A lot of people don't want to, admit that. But once you put yourself in a public platform, it's fair ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not right, but that's just the way life is. That's the way we made it.
Right.
So,
yeah, very few people navigate it. I've always said that Magic Johnson should do classes on how to be famous.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has mastered it as much as he has.
Wow.
He could make even more. He don't need no money, but he can make even more money on top of that.
Look, must be nice. Let me know what that life is like.
Same here. So, yeah, the whole coming out of the shadows thing. So, obviously, Hurricane, I've probably ran into your dad maybe 10 times, and I may have heard him say 10 words. Like, he always comes across like super serious. So being that you are in fashion, you're not really in the shadow because you're not going into music,
right?
Per se,
right?
But for Brandon, like, people know Deb as an artist developer, as a manager, as a star maker. So is it difficult trying to build your own brand outside of that?
Yes. Oh my gosh, bro! Listen.
Wait, use that example that you used. Remember when you was like, when we was in New York and you were saying how if you tell Bow, don't post no private jet because it's not yours, he may look at you crazy.
Yes.
But if Aunt Debbie say it, he'll be like,
Nobody ever told me that.
Yeah, I ain't never think of it like that.
When I tell
like it could
you,
be something so simple.
when I tell you, it's crazy. And the crazy thing is that, and my mom will tell you herself, I am a spitting image of her when it comes to my mouth and how I think as far as this music stuff will go.
Right.
But when I say it, oh, he's rude, oh, he's mean, but let her say it, they want to damn near cry. Deb, you just spoke to my soul. Like, wow, nobody
so
ever
real.
told me that. Exactly. But when I say it, I'm an a-hole. So it's
Yeah.
like, okay, all right, whatever. But what I'm getting ready to go through now is going to be something completely different. I'm putting together this group. So remember, Puff had the whole making a band situation. Yeah. Well, now I'm going to create my own band.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's going to be an audition. Y'all going to have to have me up here another time to talk about that.
Yeah, we definitely will. We definitely will. So what does she say about that whole thing? Because I it's funny that you say this because I hear that I'm a living example of it's not what you say, it's how you say it. Because sensitive people take things that they take it as if it's harsh if you say it in the nicest voice.
Yeah, but if you sensitive,
or whatever,
it's business for you.
Very true, but it's sensitive people in this
Yeah.
bit. They get through the cracks. For sure, most definitely. So what does she tell you? Because she's never one to bite her tongue. So what does she? What advice does she give you in just dealing with it?
My mom cussed me out half the time. It's like honestly, the craziest thing is like she does not get it. Like she does not get it until like I'm really up there shining, and she's like, "Oh, he think he me. That's my mini meal, whatever."
I don't think they know like what we
God.
mean when we be saying Aunt Debbie be cursing us out.
Yes,
like, I don't think we get lynched.
Y'all have no idea. The stuff y'all see on Love and Hip Hop is.
I've met her before. I've said like,
I've met her before. I've been on panels.
I believe it 100%.
Man, I'm telling you. But one thing about her is that she does give the best advice.
Right.
I will say that she gives the best advice, even though it pisses me off, and she might give it to me after the fact. Oh, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have said that. You should have did that. And I'm thinking, yeah, but you knew that this was how I was feeling.
Right.
2 weeks ago. Why you just now telling me? Oh, well, I was just wanting to see what you was gonna do. So then you shouldn't be yelling at me now and then. Since I reacted, I guess what you expected or whatever. Like, I mean, you could have stopped it beforehand. But my mother gives the best advice. But the thing is, she speaks in riddles, and it's always like some type of random metaphor. Brandon, first you got to learn how to kiss ass before you kick it, and it's like, oh, okay. But if I sit back and let somebody talk to me crazy and I don't say anything. Oh, well, see, you can't do that. But I'm thinking, well, you just told me,
right.
that I have to do this and this in order to be great. So, I mean, it's just about figuring things out for yourself. But she's always there. She's never going to let me hit rock bottom.
Definitely. It's good to have her in your corner. You'd rather have her as an ally than an enemy for sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
Most definitely, for sure. So what are y'all expectations for the show, man? It comes on Thursday the 25th, premieres on WeTV. How do you think people are going to take it? I mean, you guys have been to a premiere where you know the response from that, but when people get to watch it in their own homes, what do you think the response is going to be?
I don't know. I don't think there's no middle ground. I think you literally you're gonna hate us or you love, because I can honestly say my personality, and even Brandon, I can't speak for anybody else. Our personality on the show, the way we talk, that's all real. We don't act a certain way because the camera is in our face.
Right.
So I would rather, if you don't like me because I'm being me, not you don't like me because I'm being a different person in front of this camera. Because then I'm always wondering, what if they like me if I just act like myself?
What about you? What's your expectations?
It's a platform to get our dreams out there.
Yeah, and that's really what it is. I hope people see through the BS. See that there still are people in this world, let alone in this business, that actually want to help new and upcoming people. It's not just necessarily chasing the Beyoncés and the Jay-Z's and the Lil Waynes, and the T.I.s or whatever. It's about giving somebody else an opportunity to truly be great, to shine, and do what you love doing.
Definitely. Did you guys watch the original one in L.A.?
I watched a few episodes.
I've seen a couple of episodes. My godbrother's on that show, so I try to watch as much as possible to support.
That sounded like such a.
No,
this is
seriously.
what the network told us.
No,
to say.
Listen. We did watch a few episodes.
No, honestly, especially if you're gonna be on the show, you want to
You gotta
watch the
catch
show.
up, right,
to see what
right,
it's
exactly.
Like.
Don't
No,
try
but
to do
in real
that.
life, my godbrother really is on that show, so I watch as much as possible to.
I have
Support
friends
him.
that are on that show. But our show is just gonna be better. I mean, what do you want me to
I knew he was gonna
like?
say that.
No, that's
I
what he
knew he
wanted
was
me
gonna
to
say
say.
that.
So I'm
No,
just
I
saying,
knew you were gonna say
our
that. That's
show,
what's
like,
funny.
no, seriously, but our show
I
is
think
gonna
it's
be
night
better
and day.
because
It is
it's
very
Atlanta.
different.
It's a different hustle. It's a different vibe. It's a different pace, and you got different individuals. The thing
Yeah.
about us is that all of us are outspoken.
Right.
All of us are.
You will
And
see that.
you know, with the LA show, you know, everybody just kind of doing their thing. But with all respect to them, I just feel that look, here I go talking. I just feel that a lot of them are worried about their parents' image. Don't get me wrong. We don't want to go on TV acting a fool and having our parents looking crazy either. But at the end of the day, we are going to be ourselves. You see what I'm saying?
I feel like
And
this.
our parents knew who we were before we got on this show. So
Exactly.
if you didn't want me to go on this show and be
Right.
myself, you should have said that.
Yeah, you should have said something.
I mean, like I said, I've only seen one episode, but to me, it feels like this show is truly about the kids of hip hop
Yeah.
stars, whereas the LA show was about the relationships between the parents and their kids. This
Yeah.
one seems to be more about you guys.
Bro,
than
you are
LA
in
for
for
sure.
a treat. Everybody, listen, everybody, y'all have to tune in May 25th. I'm telling you, on WeTV, it is getting ready to go down.
Definitely. Before we go, I want to know, because I'm always interested to know what people in your age range are listening to. I speak at a lot of colleges, high schools, middle schools, and it shocks me some of the answers both ways that I get. So right now, like, what are the 5 artists right now, both of you guys, that you are really into?
Well, to be honest with you, besides stuff that gets played in rotation on the radio, like, by the way, I love 21 Savage.
Okay.
And
So that's one of the
I listen to
people.
Nicki Minaj, but because of me and Brandon's age group, because we're not the same age as the other kids.
Right.
We're both 26.
Right.
So we kind of listen to other stuff. Like, I still listen to 90s pop. Like,
Yeah.
when
Well,
I'm
give me the 5
if I'm
people.
in my when
They ain't gotta
if I'm
be new.
in my
Oh.
car, Spice Girls radio, Ashley Simpson radio. Of course, you gotta get Silk radio. Like, I listen to 90s pop. Of course, Beastie Boys radio. I'll blast it every now and again. I still listen to NWA. Like, so I have like a different kind of vibe than other people. I really love 90s
She
pop,
really just said we're both 26 like they were senior citizens. So,
to the other kids on the show, me and
That's
Brandon are
real.
like 50.
And
That's
Val.
true. That's
Well, Val's like 60.
Val,
yeah.
Val's
Val's
like
60.
75.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
me and Brandon are like 100 years old to them.
That is
They're all-
hilarious.
Some of,
Like
Reginae
18,
just
19.
turned 18.
Yeah.
Shania just turned 19.
19, uh-huh.
Zanique
Zanique just turned 21.
21. So, like, we're ancient to them.
That's hilarious. I think because the world is faster now and smaller. That's how it is. Like, when I was 21, I did not think somebody 25 was just way older than me.
Yeah.
Wow, you'd be surprised.
That's
I was kind
crazy.
of looked at them like, man, I can't wait to start doing
Exactly,
what they
yeah,
doing. I ain't looking at
exactly.
them like, oh man, he old as hell. I'm like, no, I can't wait to go to that club. I can't
Exactly.
wait to go to
I
this
wish
place.
I just turned 18.
Me too.
Shoot.
Because when you get to this age, look like we just so much older. But when you get past 25, it's like,
the hell
man,
I'm
you start
doing
saying,
with my
I
life
wish
right
I could go
now.
back to being
Yo,
16.
You can't be having a midlife
No.
crisis.
I
I'm
am
telling
having
you.
a midlife
I'm
crisis right
telling
now.
you.
I'm like, I need to buy a house. I
Yes.
need to get a new car. Like, I'm thinking about stuff that my parents probably didn't think about.
Let me tell you something. Give you some real knowledge. You don't need to do any of that right now. Embrace this journey day by day, because it ain't about the goal. It's about the race to get there. Trust me on that one, because you'll get it and be like, then it's going to be another set of stuff that you
Yeah.
got to do. Embrace this journey, because you don't know what life is going to bring your
Well,
way.
we better pay attention because that's what they was telling us when we was 16 and 17. Slow down. You don't want to grow up. And you like, nah, whatever. Then when you get your bills coming in, you like, yeah, I wish.
Oh
Okay.
my
Right.
gosh.
I see
I
what
just
you're
talked
talking
to my
about.
dad the other day about moving back in.
What do you say? Was he like, yeah?
My parents just got all their kids out the house.
Oh,
You
yeah,
about
you
to
ain't
let
getting
me
back in. They changed the locks already.
Man.
My parents were about to buy a new house, and my dad was like, "Don't worry, we'll let you know where we move." I'm like, "Really?
Oh,
like
wow.
it's like
They are
that?"
not playing.
Like, for real?
Parents are not playing out here.
So, who is the top 5 artists you're
What-
listening to right now? You're really into?
To be completely honest with you, I'm in my own little world. Like I said, I live by what I say, and I say what I mean. I mean what I say. Get that? But the thing is that I work with people. So people like Cash Doll, Johnny Blaze, girl group named Brave, this guy named Danny Hidalgo. These are new and upcoming people that I feel are really going to change the game that I just so happen to work with. So I feel like that's where I'm at with it. Like, don't get me wrong. I respect J. Cole. I respect Nicki Minaj, Beyonce, Kendrick Lamar, all these people. But this is where my head is at with the people that I'm dealing with.
That's good, though. So you gave us 4 new artists. I need one more. Somebody else we should pay attention to.
I'm going to say that, she's young, though, but she's my little child star. I'm going to take her to Disney. Mariana Davis. She's 12 years old. And when I tell you the girl sings like Christina Aguilera, but she's black, but she loves classical music. She's a very weird kid.
Classical music be jamming, though, man.
But when I tell you, just hearing her, seeing her, from her being, I think she's 11, with her being 11 and just seeing how she carries herself, it's stuff like that gets me excited. Dope. So she's getting ready to blow up. I'm getting ready to take her to Disney and see what we can get accomplished there. And I'm going to sign her so we could, get those residuals.
Yes. Back to the business for sure.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. Please let our listeners know where they can find you guys on social media.
Y'all can follow me at I am Brandon Barnes or come to my website, melodicsway.com.
My Instagram is Ayana, AYE_YANA, and that's it. Everything else is private. You gotta keep something to yourself.
Very smart. Well, we appreciate y'all coming through. Make sure that y'all watch Growing Up Hip Hop Atlanta every Thursday at what time?
10 p.m.
10 p.m. on
Well,
WeTV.
actually, this first episode is 10 p.m. right after the Braxtons.
Okay.
Now, on the week after and the week after that, it's going to come on 9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Yeah.
Okay, no doubt. So on WeTV, so make sure y'all tune in. If you don't have cable, if you one of them cord cutters, I'm sure they put the show up on the website. So
Mr. World Premiere be on it.
Oh, God.
You ever went to Mr. World
Yeah,
Premiere?
he has everything
as
soon as it happens, bro.
Like,
you can watch every award show.
As soon as it cuts off, you go to MrWorldPremiere.com.
Wow.
I had no idea. I'm surprised
Everything
they ain't
on
shut
there
them
but
down.
the game. Everything on there but sports, but award show, TV show.
Everything.
They the plug.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
They got people with networks.
Got to, because they'd be shut down by now.
Completely.
Oh, no, he's been shut down a few times.
But look, don't do that though, because we need the ratings.
I need
don't
the
do
ratings.
that. Go over somebody's house and watch it, okay?
Exactly.
Have your auntie, cousin, baby mama, side piece, whatever. Have them recorded, DVR it. Seriously, but tune in. WeTV, May 25th, Thursday.
No doubt. We appreciate y'all listening. You're listening to Day One Radio on ABLRadio.com, and we'll see you next week with another dope show.